The Honda Civic Type R has always been a car surrounded by an aura of desirability. For years, it was the sort of machine enthusiasts in the United States could only admire from afar, as it was long considered forbidden fruit. That changed in 2017 when Honda finally granted its loyal American fan base the chance to experience the Type R officially. And since then, it has consistently been one of the most talked about, most admired, and most respected performance hatchbacks on the market. Over the years, it has struck a unique balance, delivering exhilarating track capability without abandoning the everyday practicality that defines the Civic nameplate. It is this harmony of excitement and usability that has allowed the Type R to stand out as something more than a raw performance tool. It is a car that can live comfortably as the one and only vehicle in an enthusiast's garage, making no real sacrifices in the pursuit of joy. With the latest generation arriving for the 2023 model year and carrying forward into 2025 with subtle refinements, the Civic Type R has only deepened its reputation as one of the most rewarding front-wheel drive cars ever built. The 2025 model year does not bring sweeping changes, and that is very much by design. Honda has found a sweet spot and wisely chosen to leave the formula largely intact. The styling is perhaps more restrained than the wild, winged look of the previous generation, but still purposeful, still aggressively sculpted, and still unmistakably focused on aerodynamics and performance. That large rear wing remains, not as a decorative flourish, but as a functional piece of engineering delivering stability at speed. Beneath the surface, the core mechanical package continues unchanged, and for good reason. With a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder producing 315 horsepower, this car remains at the top of its game, offering a power output that places it squarely in battle with the most ferocious rivals in the segment, such as the Toyota GR Corolla and the Volkswagen Golf R. Each competitor brings a distinct personality to the fight, but the Civic Type R's formula of power, precision, and Honda reliability makes it one of the most compelling choices at this level. The price of the 2025 Honda Civic Type R begins at $47,090, reflecting an $800 increase over the previous year. While this figure edges closer to the uncomfortable $50,000 territory that defines this class, it still positions the Type R as a relative value. Consider what is included for that sum: a heavily reworked turbocharged engine, an advanced cooling system, a 6-speed manual transmission designed for enthusiasts, and one of the most finely tuned front-wheel drive chassis available on the road today. For the cost of a well-equipped mainstream sedan or compact SUV, the Civic Type R delivers the sort of driving experience that enthusiasts have long dreamed of, making the idea of a high-performance daily driver less a fantasy and more a reality. From behind the wheel, the Civic Type R immediately communicates its intentions. The turbocharged engine, while rooted in the architecture of its predecessor, has been enhanced with a new turbocharger design and a more efficient exhaust system. These changes elevate output to 315 horsepower at 6,500 revolutions per minute, accompanied by a broad plateau of torque that delivers 310 pound-feet between 2,600 and 4,000 revolutions per minute. This torque curve ensures a muscular and flexible character, allowing the car to surge forward eagerly, whether accelerating out of a tight corner or merging onto a highway. Supporting this performance are crucial upgrades, such as a larger radiator that ensures the engine remains cool under extended track use, and improved brake cooling that guarantees consistent stopping power lap after lap. The 6-speed manual transmission remains the centerpiece of the driving experience, and Honda has gone to great lengths to refine it further. A lighter flywheel improves responsiveness, while a revised rev matching system allows for buttery smooth downshifts even in aggressive driving scenarios. The gear lever itself, topped with the now iconic aluminum knob, provides a tactile connection that is both precise and deeply satisfying. The act of shifting in the Type R is not simply about changing gears. It is about engaging directly with the car, forming a mechanical partnership that is increasingly rare in the age of automatic transmissions and electronic intervention. Front-wheel drive performance cars are often criticized for torque steer, that unwanted tug at the wheel when the front tires are tasked with both putting power to the ground and directing the car's course. Yet the Civic Type R employs a dual-axis strut front suspension that all but eliminates this trait, resulting in clean, confidence, inspiring acceleration. Paired with Michelin Pilot Sport 4S performance tires mounted on 19-inch wheels, the chassis feels planted, composed, and eager to attack corners. It is not simply fast in a straight line, it is balanced and nimble, a car designed as much for handling finesse as for outright acceleration. Real-world testing underscores the effectiveness of this package. At the test track, the Civic Type R launches from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4.9 seconds and completes the quarter-mile in 13.5 seconds at 106 miles per hour. These figures place it among the elite in its class, and while some rivals might edge it in certain categories, few offer the same sense of connection and control. Even more impressive is its ability to maintain composure during high-speed maneuvers. On a skid pad, it generated 1.02 G of lateral grip, a testament to its finely honed suspension and tire setup. Stopping power is equally confidence-inspiring, with powerful brakes that bring the car down from 70 miles per hour in 153 feet. These numbers may appear clinical, but behind the wheel they translate into a car that feels agile, predictable, and exhilarating. Fuel efficiency, while rarely a top priority for performance hatchbacks, remains respectable. The Environmental Protection Agency estimates 22 miles per gallon in the city and 28 miles per gallon on the highway. In real-world conditions, the Type R has demonstrated even better results, achieving 30 miles per gallon during steady 75-mile-per-hour cruising. This blend of efficiency and power only strengthens its case as a versatile daily driver. For enthusiasts who want a car that can handle the weekday commute without constant refueling, while still delivering thrills on the weekend, the Civic Type R manages to bridge that divide more successfully than many rivals. The interior plays a critical role in defining the car's dual nature. While less flamboyant than the cabin of the previous generation, it still conveys a sense of purposeful sportiness. Red accents and Fox carbon fiber trim provide visual drama, while deeply bolstered seats hold the driver and passenger securely in place during aggressive driving. These seats are not merely decorative. They are designed to provide long-term comfort as well, making the Civic Type R suitable for extended journeys. Practicality remains intact thanks to the hatchback design, which delivers generous cargo space and rear seating that rivals cannot always match. For enthusiasts with families or those who simply need versatility in their sports car, this level of practicality cannot be overstated. Technology is another area where the Type R demonstrates its balance of modernity and tradition. A 9-inch touchscreen serves as the centerpiece for infotainment, offering wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration, along with wireless charging and a subscription-based Wi-Fi hotspot. While the system itself is not the most advanced on the market, it provides all the essential connectivity features buyers expect, wrapped in a straightforward and user-friendly interface. A digital instrument cluster with shift light indicators underscores the performance focus, ensuring drivers remain engaged and aware at all times. Safety is not overlooked, even in a car with such sporting intent. The Civic Type R comes with forward collision warning, automated emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, and adaptive cruise control. These systems add peace of mind for daily driving, especially in traffic or long-distance cruising. While the car itself has not been crash-tested independently, the broader Civic lineup has been recognized for its safety performance, lending confidence to those considering it as a primary vehicle. Living with the Honda Civic Type R on a daily basis reveals just how carefully Honda has balanced raw performance with everyday usability. On the surface, its aggressive stance, wide bodywork, and unmistakable rear wing suggest that this is a machine happiest on a racetrack. Yet once inside, when the engine is idling quietly and the suspension is absorbing ordinary bumps in the road, it becomes clear that the Civic Type R is not a single-purpose toy. It is equally capable of carrying passengers, luggage, and groceries as it is of tackling a mountain road or setting fast laps at a circuit. This dual nature is one of its greatest strengths, and it is a key reason why the Civic Type R continues to win comparisons and secure spots on prestigious awards lists year after year. The interior, though restrained in design compared with its predecessor, is filled with thoughtful touches that serve both driver and passenger. The red upholstery and trim are bold, instantly distinguishing the Type R from more subdued Civic models. The heavily bolstered front seats provide the support needed during spirited driving while maintaining comfort during long journeys. Rear passengers benefit from the same cabin space as in the standard Civic hatchback, which means the Type R does not compromise practicality for the sake of performance. The cargo hold, offering 25 cubic feet of volume, provides generous room for luggage, shopping, or even track day gear. This level of utility ensures that the Civic Type R remains one of the most versatile performance cars on the market. From the driver's perspective, the cabin is designed to maximize focus and engagement. The aluminum shift knob is positioned perfectly for quick, precise gear changes, and although it can become hot or cold depending on the weather, it is a small price to pay for the tactile satisfaction it provides. The instrument cluster is fully digital and features a dedicated performance display with shift lights to guide the driver at high revs. The steering wheel, trimmed in suede-like material, feels substantial in hand and communicates the car's every move through direct feedback. It is these small details that elevate the Civic Type R from a quick hatchback to a truly immersive driving machine. Technology is kept straightforward but effective. The 9-inch infotainment display integrates seamlessly with wireless smartphone systems, and while it may not feature the most advanced graphics or fastest response times in the industry, it remains intuitive and dependable. A wireless charging pad ensures convenience, and the available Wi-Fi hotspot adds practicality for those who frequently travel with passengers who need connectivity. Sound quality from the audio system is more than adequate for daily driving, although many enthusiasts will prefer the natural soundtrack of the turbocharged engine. On the road, the Civic Type R strikes an impressive balance between sharpness and civility. The adaptive dampers offer enough compliance to smooth out rough pavement, making long drives comfortable and reducing fatigue. Yet, with a press of a button, the suspension stiffens, the throttle sharpens, and the car transforms into something altogether more intense. Few performance cars manage to deliver this kind of dual character so effectively. It can be a calm companion during weekday commutes and a thrilling partner during weekend canyon runs. The 6-speed manual transmission ensures that every drive, no matter how mundane, remains engaging. One of the standout qualities of the Type R is its handling. Honda's engineers have poured decades of front-wheel drive expertise into this car, and it shows in every corner. The steering is sharp, accurate, and communicative, giving the driver a clear sense of what the front tires are doing. The chassis is balanced, resisting understeer even under aggressive driving, while the brakes provide strong, consistent stopping power. This ability to inspire confidence, to make the driver feel in control at all times, is a hallmark of the Civic Type R. It is what sets it apart not only from ordinary cars but also from many of its high-performance competitors. Fuel economy, while secondary to performance, remains an important consideration for a daily driven car. The Civic Type R manages a combined rating of 24 miles per gallon, which includes 22 in the city and 28 on the highway. More impressively, real-world results often exceed these numbers, as demonstrated by a return of 30 miles per gallon during highway testing. This level of efficiency means that owners can enjoy the thrill of a high-performance car without constantly worrying about fuel costs. For a vehicle with over 300 horsepower and such dynamic capabilities, this balance is commendable. Ownership also brings the reassurance of Honda's warranty coverage. While the limited and powertrain warranties are average for the segment, covering 3 years or 36,000 miles for basic protection and 5 years or 60,000 miles for the engine and drivetrain. Honda includes 1 year of complimentary scheduled maintenance. This coverage, while not as extensive as what Hyundai offers, still adds value and reduces the cost of ownership during the initial year. For many buyers, Honda's reputation for reliability and durability carries as much weight as the written warranty, and the Civic Type R benefits from this legacy of trust. Safety has not been overlooked in the pursuit of speed. The Civic Type R comes standard with a comprehensive suite of driver assistance technologies. Forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking help reduce the risk of accidents in traffic, while lane departure warning and lane keeping assist provide reassurance on highways. Adaptive cruise control adds convenience during long drives, adjusting speed automatically to maintain safe following distances. These features enhance everyday usability, making the Civic Type R not just a performance machine but also a safe and sensible choice for families and commuters alike. Comparisons with its competitors are inevitable, and they highlight the Civic Type R's strengths. The Toyota GR Corolla brings an all-wheel drive system and an equally fiery personality, appealing to drivers who crave rally-inspired performance. The Volkswagen Golf R, meanwhile, offers German refinement and the security of all-wheel drive, along with a slightly more upscale interior. Both are excellent in their own right, but the Civic Type R maintains its edge by delivering pure, front wheel drive precision with unmatched steering feedback and chassis balance. It feels more connected, more engaging, and more rewarding to push hard, embodying the traditional virtues of a driver's car. Its price, slightly lower than the Golf R and competitive with the GR Corolla, further enhances its appeal. For those considering alternatives beyond the hot hatch segment, the Civic Type R's value becomes even clearer. At its price point, it undercuts sports cars such as the Toyota Supra, while offering greater practicality thanks to 4 doors and a spacious cargo area. It proves that enthusiasts need not choose between excitement and functionality. The Civic Type R stands as proof that a car can be both thrilling and sensible. That performance need not come at the cost of everyday usability. Another aspect worth noting is the community and culture surrounding the Civic Type R. Owners often speak of a sense of belonging, of being part of a global network of enthusiasts who appreciate what the car represents. This is not merely a vehicle, it is an icon, a badge that signifies a shared passion for driving. From weekend track days to casual meets, the Civic Type R fosters connections among people who see cars not simply as transportation but as a source of joy and identity. Resale value is another factor working in its favor. Historically, the Civic Type R has held its value remarkably well, thanks to strong demand and limited availability. While depreciation is inevitable for any new car, buyers of the Type R can take comfort in knowing that their investment is likely to retain more of its worth compared to many other performance vehicles. This strengthens the argument that, despite its near $50,000 price tag, the Civic Type R is in many ways a bargain. Ultimately, the 2025 Honda Civic Type R demonstrates how carefully honed engineering, thoughtful design, and a deep understanding of enthusiast desires can combine to create a car that transcends expectations. It is not just about numbers on a page, though its statistics are impressive. It is about the way it makes the driver feel, the way it blends excitement with practicality, and the way it continues to carry forward a proud tradition while adapting to the needs of modern buyers. Owning a Honda Civic Type R is not just about driving a car with impressive performance statistics. It is about living with a machine that constantly reminds you why you fell in love with cars in the first place. Every time the engine fires up and the gear lever slides into first, there is a sense of anticipation, a reminder that this car is always ready to deliver something special. That feeling does not fade with time. In fact, the longer you spend with the Civic Type R, the more its qualities reveal themselves, and the more you come to appreciate the careful engineering that has gone into every detail. Long-term impressions of the Civic Type R tend to focus on its consistency. Unlike some performance cars that can feel thrilling during the first few drives but exhausting in daily life, the Type R manages to sustain its excitement without becoming tiresome. The suspension remains comfortable enough for city streets, the seating position encourages long journeys, and the infotainment system covers all the practical needs of modern drivers. At the same time, the engine and chassis continue to invite spirited driving whenever the opportunity arises. It is this rare ability to switch effortlessly between calm and chaos that makes the Civic Type R such a compelling ownership experience. Reliability, another hallmark of the Honda brand, plays a major role in cementing the Civic Type R's reputation. Performance vehicles are often associated with higher maintenance costs and potential mechanical issues. But the Type R benefits from Honda's decades of experience in building engines that can withstand serious abuse. Whether commuting daily or taking repeated laps at a racetrack, owners consistently report strong durability and dependability. Combined with reasonable maintenance intervals and Honda's established dealer network, this gives buyers confidence that their investment is both exciting and secure. A deeper emotional connection also forms over time. The Civic Type R is not a car that distances the driver with layers of electronic filters. It demands skill, attention, and engagement, rewarding those who take the time to master its manual gearbox and learn its handling traits. In an era when many performance cars are shifting toward dual-clutch automatics and extensive driver aids, the Type R feels refreshingly authentic. It is mechanical, tactile, and analog in the best possible sense. For enthusiasts who grew up dreaming of cars that required effort and rewarded precision, the Type R represents a continuation of that philosophy in a modern package. One of the most memorable aspects of living with the Type R is the way it interacts with the world around it. Onlookers recognize its wide stance, its rear wing, and its purposeful presence. It turns heads not through excessive flash, but because it radiates intent. Fellow enthusiasts often acknowledge it with nods or conversation, recognizing the badge as a symbol of genuine performance pedigree. This subtle respect is a reflection of the car's heritage, as the Type R lineage stretches back decades and has always represented the pinnacle of Honda's engineering for road-going vehicles. Practical considerations continue to enhance its appeal. The rear seats are usable for adults, the hatchback configuration swallows more cargo than most sports cars could dream of, and fuel efficiency is respectable enough for long trips without frequent stops. Insurance costs, while higher than a standard Civic, are still manageable compared to many dedicated sports cars, further reinforcing its practicality. This makes the Type R a legitimate option as a sole vehicle, not simply a weekend toy, which broadens its appeal to a wider audience of buyers who want excitement without compromise. In terms of performance heritage, the Civic Type R carries a weight of responsibility. Each generation has been scrutinized, compared to the last, and held up against rivals in a fiercely competitive market. The current model continues to deliver, not by chasing unnecessary horsepower numbers or adopting complex drivetrain solutions, but by perfecting the fundamentals of balance, feedback, and control. This focus has kept it at the forefront of the segment, even as competitors introduce new technologies and layouts. The result is a car that feels timeless, one that will likely be remembered fondly decades from now as a high point for the hot hatch category. It is also worth reflecting on the Civic Type R's role in bridging generations of enthusiasts. Younger drivers see it as an attainable dream car, something within reach that still delivers a true performance experience. Older enthusiasts respect it as a continuation of the values they grew up admiring in performance cars of the past. This cross-generational appeal is rare and contributes to the Type R's enduring popularity. It is a unifying car, one that sparks conversation and admiration across age groups and backgrounds. Looking at the broader automotive landscape, the Civic Type R occupies an important position. As the industry moves toward electrification and greater automation, cars like this serve as reminders of the visceral joy that traditional performance machines can deliver. They are increasingly rare, increasingly cherished, and increasingly significant. The Type R may eventually evolve into new forms, but this generation stands as a celebration of internal combustion performance at its finest, a farewell tour for a format that has thrilled enthusiasts for decades. As a complete package, the 2025 Honda Civic Type R is more than just a high-performance hatchback. It is a car that provides a sense of purpose to every drive. That turns the mundane into the memorable, and that represents outstanding value in a segment where prices are climbing ever higher. Its balance of performance, practicality, and personality ensures that it is not only respected by critics and enthusiasts, but also loved by the people who drive it every day. For anyone considering a performance vehicle in this price range, the Civic Type R stands out as one of the most compelling options. It combines the thrill of 315 horsepower, the precision of a 6-speed manual, and the usability of a practical hatchback. It delivers not just numbers but emotions, not just speed but connection. It is a car that you bond with, a car that becomes more than just a machine, and a car that reaffirms why the passion for driving remains strong even in a changing automotive world. The final verdict is simple. The 2025 Honda Civic Type R is not just a worthy successor to its predecessors, it is one of the finest performance hatchbacks ever built. It deserves its place on every enthusiast's shortlist, and it more than earns its reputation as one of the best driver's cars available today. Whether judged by its engineering, its practicality, its emotional appeal, or its legacy, the Civic Type R stands tall as an icon of modern motoring. For those fortunate enough to own one, it promises years of excitement, reliability, and pride of ownership. For those who dream of it, it serves as inspiration, a reminder that even in a changing world, the joy of driving remains alive and well.